Hey there, Midland. Your friendly neighborhood mayor here. It's 12:29 a.m. and it's Sunday night, family day weekend. And the guys at the Ops Center have been kind enough to let me tag along a little bit of a night in their life, just to understand a little better from their perspective how things are going with cleaning up the town and the hard work they do every day. I dropped by to give them some encouragement, and they're kind enough to take me out. So I'm not sure which one of these beasts I'm going in, but I'll be out. I'll be taking some video, a little bit of Q&A, and giving you a little idea of what it's like working for the town in the operations department, and the largely thankless job they do for us, trying to get that town cleaned up after this record storm. Looks like we're in for about a week of deep freeze, not a lot of snow. That's an excellent opportunity to get the town tidied up, and you know, the streets that are pretty narrow right now, get them widened out, get some banks blown back, and scrape down the roads. So all of that's going to be happening, and I'll be in one of these bad boys shortly, and I'll stitch this all into something meaningful and fun. It's only a few minutes long, so I don't bore you with it all. And have a lovely day when you're seeing this. And don't forget, next time you see one of this crew out and about, give them a thumbs up. So working hard, working all night, and this is what they do all year round.
Hi, my name's Dan Colautti. I've been with the town now for 10 winters, and I'm one of the snowplow operators for the town.
And Dan, do you like this job? You've been
do.
doing it for 10 winters, so you must. There must be something appealing about it.
It is good. It's actually a good job to do. Just go around all night. It's definitely challenging, and that's probably the good part of it.
So are you always on the night shift, or you switch out?
I'm always on night shift.
All right. Perfect. And if somebody wanted to get into a gig like this, what do you need?
You need a D license and just a good attitude.
All right. Do we pay all right?
Yes, pays good.
Okay, that's good to hear. We try and look after you guys. All right, here I am up in the cab of, what's the number of this unit?
302.
302. How old's this truck?
22.
Fantastic. And we got a little bit of toys in here. It's not very analog anymore, is it? What have you got in here for technology?
So in here we have it's our GPS for the system, which tracks us all over town. We have our rear backup camera, and this here is for the sander. It's called a Dickie John, and it'll put out the material we need to put out on the road.
Perfect. I got a picture of that. I'll superimpose over this.
Perfect. Sorry, just trying.
Yeah, fly-by-wire here. Got a joystick going on.
Yeah, got a joystick, and the joystick will control the front plow and the wing on the truck, as well as the duck box.
Now, for those of you that were astutely watching my pre-run video, you'll notice that this truck seems to be missing something on the front, namely a plow blade. So is that something we stop and collect after you get a load of sand and salt?
Yeah, once we're loaded up with salt, we'll see where they drop the blade, and we'll hook it all up. All
right, so we get to go find my blade. It's that a game that you guys routinely play here? Do they hide it on each other, or is it always in the same spot?
Well, I don't normally drive this truck, so
okay.
I don't know where the guy usually drops it.
Well, it'll be fun then.
And there's so much snow in the yard here, so I think right now we're just picking a spot where we can find.
Well, there you go, folks. Now you can't feel bad. Even the yard is full of snow, so it's no different than the rest of the town. And as I was saying, it looks like we're in for a cold but less snowy week, which will give us a chance to try and get caught up around town. And once we get the roads all in a good shape, then I guess we can get back to bank cutting, I suppose, right?
Yeah, definitely, as soon as possible.
So the bank cutting, that involves a gigantic snowblower that I did take a few pictures of. There's a couple. I think I took a picture of the bigger one. And then an army of dump trucks for the most part?
Yes, we have our trucks, plus we also have contractors come in.
All right.
And so we usually try to run as many trucks as we can, usually 10 to 15 trucks in a night.
And that all goes to the giant snow dump that we saw the picture of last week.
Snow dump out back, yes.
Right, so that's almost big enough now. I think we could probably put in the budget for some, chairlifts and maybe open up our own little ski hill.
We can do it.
All right. All right, well, we'll see what we can do there. Maybe I'll put that out as my April Fool's joke. But anyway, right on. So we're not going to narrate the whole night because I don't want to put everyone to sleep. And this guy needs to do his job. But he's kind enough to have me be his wingman, although I don't have any buttons to press, which is probably a good thing. And get a bird's eye view of what it's like to try and plow the town. And I will caution you right now, if we find any cars that are parked illegally, which means midnight to 6 a.m., they will get tagged and towed tonight. That was my pledge that I got their backs. We just can't have people ignoring that overnight winter parking bylaw and impeding our ability to get the town cleaned up. So, I'm not doing this live, so if you wake up and your car's gone, call the OPP because we towed. Call them and tell them which cars we towed. But that's likely where it went, and you can blame me. But at any rate, we're hoping everyone's compliant tonight, and we won't have anything in our way except snow. And we've got a truck big enough and a blade big enough and a great big wing over here that's going to handle that, no problem at all. In case you hadn't guessed, I'm not one of those high-tech vlogger guys with the Steadicam rig, so sorry for the bouncing. So what would you say the biggest problem is? I mean, aside from just the non-stop snowing, what's your biggest challenge in plowing the town?
It's just a lot of people putting their snow out on the road, a lot of contractors and people just pushing their snow out onto the road. And it kind of starts bunging up all the space that we have.
So that's actually an offense under our bylaw, but it's one of those things where I think people know that the bylaw team's not out there to catch them do it, but it certainly does slow things down and cause problems for the town. So Sunday nights are always lovely because the garbage cans are out and the recycling bins, whatever week it is with the county. And by the way, if you're not sure what week it is, download the Simcoe Collects app. It's free and it'll always tell you what to put out to the road. Here we are heading out onto Aberdeen. Some of my fans in Aberdeen will be happy to see the truck going down. That'll be twice in 4 hours or so, but this is a narrow road like a lot of our residential streets, and there's no really place to push this stuff except for the windrows we're creating in your driveways right now. So I'll apologize in advance for the snow blowing and shoveling you're going to do in the morning, but getting these roads widened is definitely a priority for us. Now the real widening works comes when we get the town cleaned up and get the blowers going again, start chewing away at the snowbanks and depositing all kinds of stuff on your lawn. And for the people that their lawns aren't big enough, or they've got the sidewalks, that's where the dump truck action comes in, right? So it's definitely a lot faster if you don't have to have an army of dump trucks following. But this is sort of going to be a typical road in Midland right now, with waking up to some windrows in the morning. Now, some people have been sharing what looks like a viral video of a plow in Toronto, or looks like Toronto anyway, that's like a big tractor, basically, like our Volvos. Yeah. And it has a wing that lifts up and down so it doesn't fill in people's driveways. And of course, it only looks like they got a foot of snow down there. It didn't seem really practical for the kind of dumping we get up here in snow country. Have you ever seen a device like that?
I have seen it working on a grader. The only issue I find with that is it would probably take 4 times as long to get done, as you can't travel the speed that you need to.
And that could be a problem.
In order to get
We have a finite crew here, obviously, number of people that work for the town, and there's a lot of snow. A truck this big, when it's bucking, pushing the snow, you know there's a lot of snow. Wow, look at that. This is Taylor Drive.
Yes.
And yeah, they got some snow. So there's exactly what happens, folks. The plow will push the snow, but it'll fall right down behind the blade after. So the roads just continue to get narrower and narrower. So one might ask, hey, how many big snowblowers do we have for the town of Midland? The ones that eat the snowbanks? I think the answer is 2. And of course, the crew that runs those are the same fine folks that are currently operating all these plows. So the roads have got to get into a good plowed state, whether or not there's a significant weather event. And only then can they start to get to the cutting back the banks again. And with the deep freeze and hopefully no snow next week, we may see that activity resume, which would be an absolute blessing for those of us who have some narrowing streets now. We're apologizing in advance for any of these garbage bins. But the skillful operator here is not knocking them over, so that's why I'm in the passenger seat narrating and not driving. Yep.
Goes in on the one side. When you're plowing, right? And if it's all the snow you're plowing,
All moves to the right.
all goes to the right, whatever side.
Yeah. All right, Dan, thanks for the ride. We didn't finish your whole shift, of course, because you don't want the mayor sitting beside you for the whole shift. But I appreciate the hour and a bit we spent together and showing me the ropes and the challenges. And hopefully I'll put this video together and we'll have the rest of the community have a little bit of an idea what it's like to be behind the wheel and look after the streets. I think we left the roads we were on, which were Aberdeen and Taylor Drive, which were really narrow. I think we left them in much better shape. They're certainly going to be slick right now because they are polished right down. But anyway, this is the treatment the rest of the town's going to be getting over the next couple days as we tidy things up. And then we hope to have the roar of the blower and the lineup of the dump trucks and the backup beepers and all the other things that keep you up at night as we tidy up the banks. So thanks again for your time tonight, man. I really appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, cheers.
Take care.